Well, greetings. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining Rooted Vines Inner Alchemy session. If you do not know me, I am Mayaka Anderson, your herbal alchemist. And today we're talking about protecting your energy. This session is brought by our butterfly blue tea. That is our tea of the week. Boop, boop, boop. It looks a little purple right now. I put a little lemon in it, so it changed colors magically. It's all about transformation here at Rooted Vines, right? If you don't know about Rooted Vines, we are a herbal tea boutique, but we don't just offer teas to be offering teas. We are really trying to change lives out here, and tea is a definitely resonates with transformation, change, and processes, right? And understanding who's pouring into you and who are you pouring into. I wanted to do inner alchemy because I know that a lot of you are feeling the pain of today, the chaos, the confusion, the unstableness of it all. And I just wanted to be able to give back more. Our teas help you with your mind, your body, and your spirit. But the inner alchemy sessions that I do help you and guide you how to get to the life that you are really seeking to be a part of or to create for yourself. And it's never too late for change. And I know for a lot of people, change is a little scary because of the unknown. People are scared of change. But let me say this to you. If you are struggling right now, if you are really having a hard time with certain things that are going on with your life, with your family, with your friends, with your job, why be afraid of change? How much worse could it get? Right? It might be the step you need to take to make things much better. So, we're going to talk about protecting your energy. Everything in this universe has energy. Everything projects energy, even if it doesn't even look like it's moving. There's always vibrations going on, right? We have high vibrations and we have really low vibrations. And now all of these vibrations can get in sync with each other. So when I talk about protecting your energy, I am talking about your vibrational part of you, your spiritual part of you, and your physical part of you that's actually vibrating. Protecting your energy is like protecting your peace. We'll do that. Okay. So, how to protect your peace, how to remain calm, how to live a serene life, how to be okay with self and okay with how others live their life, and how to set those boundaries, right? So it doesn't bother you because for some reason, the way that other people decide to live their life bothers a lot of people, and that has nothing to do with you. And guess what? The way you live your life bothers somebody else. Make sure that we're not being judgmental, that we understand that there are levels to this life and everybody's not going to be on the same path. And I say this all the time, we weren't created to be on the same path. We weren't created to look alike, sound alike, feel the same emotions. Everybody is different because we were all sent here for a different reason and we all hold a different assignment. And when you start to see it from that perspective, you can let go of a lot of the judgments that you give others, including the judgments you give yourself, because this world is made up of rules by man. But man is the only physical living being that does not live according to the laws of nature. We are always out of sync. We're always destroying, recreate. We're always killing and murdering and wars. And all of that falls out of the purview when it comes to the natural law of things. We do not focus on that, and nor do we live by it. And a lot of people don't even know that there are laws, natural laws, whether we talk about the universe, our bodies, our minds, nature. There are laws that make up how these things function and work. And if you don't like the word laws, you can say systems. There are laws that govern each system. Well, I also want to talk about when you know that your energy is being tested, or someone there's a disturbance in your energy. A lot of people will feel drained. You ever come home from work and you just don't have it in you anymore? You just to make it to the bed is a struggle, right? You come in, you put your stuff down, you're hungry, but you can't even think about getting in the kitchen to find you something to eat. It's just, you're tired. You can barely pull your clothes off to get in the bed. Your mind can't even think straight. You're just literally drained. That happens to us a lot. And it used to be that it was just on the job. But the problem is a lot of things are draining our energy almost all at the same time. Not only do you have the job, now you have the people on the job. Not only do you have the people at the job, but you get home, you have the media, you have the Facebook scrolling, the Instagram scrolling, the TikTok. All of these things are draining because of the subjects that you are listening to. None of them are pouring into you light. They're pouring into you chaos and distress. We got the politics going on, eating people sideways. I haven't watched anything that I know about politics right now. It's because my husband would say a few things, but I noticed 5 years ago that politics, the news, it is draining me. It is killing my energy. It is making me think of things. It's making me worry. It's making me anxious. So I said, you know what? This is one way I can protect my energy, my spirit, is by cutting that totally off. You're going to have to come knocking at my door because I'm going to be out here with my plants and enjoying the life that I do have, because I don't know how much longer this life that I have will sustain itself, right? Anything could happen tomorrow. But what I do know at this moment, I can control, and I want to control it by turning off the media. I want to control it by turning off the radio. Because when you start to deal with things like that, you have to be able to see how it's affecting your life. A lot of people, they go about and they'll listen to the music, they'll watch the news, they do all of this, but then they know that something isn't right. They have that feeling inside of them, but of course it's not the things they're doing, right? How could that be? So they continue to live until, they're unhappy and they lose hope, but they never look at themselves and say, what am I doing to contribute to the way that I'm feeling? What am I doing to contribute to this chaos that is I'm allowing? I'm opening the door. I'm turning on the TV. I'm turning the channel to. I'm putting that CD in to these things that are showing me some grotesque things about life. And then my chest feels a certain way. My head feels a certain way. My shoulders feel a certain way, right? I'm having trouble sleeping. I'm tossing and turning at night instead of really allowing my body and my mind to relax, because I'm allowing and inviting these things to come in. And that includes people. And those people sometimes include family. Talk about how to protect your peace. It's not just about turning off the radio and the TV, right? It's not just about maybe saying goodbye to some family members or loving them from afar or changing a job. It's so much more than that, because that right there, it stops the deadness, the dying, the decay from coming in. But now you have to replace it to rebuild something healthy, something that you will enjoy, that will help you sustain from bringing back in those same elements. Because you ever meet people who they say they're going to move to a new town, new city, new country, whatever, and start over because everything's just so chaotic where they are. But then they get to that new town, that new place, that new city, that new country, and it's the same thing over again. It's not the place, it's the person, because they're still gravitating towards those things that aren't serving them. They're still allowing the chaos to be poured into their life. They're still opening the door. They're still answering the phone and the calls to the chaos and the destruction of their life. So no matter where they go, they are going to reap the same type of life that they feel like they need to run from, because the change has to come from within. That is how you change. You don't have to move towns and countries, though I do believe that's a good idea to get a fresh start. But if you're going to do that, let's start with working on self. So how can you start to do something like that? Meditation is a great way to do this, to protect yourself and to start to deal with yourself within, to look within and say, what's going on with me that I am gravitating towards these kind of people? Or why can't I find music that will uplift me and build me or fill me with love, instead of music that makes me either want to hurt someone or allow someone to violate my body and my mind to this? What is going inside me? Now, what's going on inside me that I want to eat processed foods all the time, that I'm not into fruits and vegetables and I'm not willing to try? What is going on within me? These are the questions we have to ask when we start to build our peace. So not only do we have to set boundaries for ourselves, but we have to set boundaries for others, or just sacrifice that relationship, because it's about growth, right? It's about getting out here and living the life that you desire. Now, if you desire and this is the truth, there are some people who desire chaos. They don't want to be on the rainbow bright track of things, right? They thrive in the hustle and the bustle and the scheming and all of that. That is attractive to them, and that's fine. If you are that person, that is totally fine. As long as you know you're that person, you thrive as that person, and you don't want to change, you feel like that's your world, that's great. Because that's one of the lessons I had to learn. Everyone's on a different path, and there's some people that are here that enjoy that particular type of life. If you don't want that in your life, just you have to separate yourself from the people that love that life, right? Because it can't encroach on your space, because that's not who you want to be. So you have to find people who are going to be on your level that you want to agree with. Now, when you get ready to change your life, you do have to separate, and then you have to go and search for the people that you're looking for. But I just wanted to say that because not everybody in this realm is here to do good. I talked about the law of polarity a couple of days ago on Facebook. And then I put why I thought God exists and why I believed in God. And a person came back and said there's no such thing as the Most High, which is totally fine. And I said, hey, I'm not here to argue that. I gave my answer. Obviously, I believe. Obviously, you do not. And I respect that. Why do I respect that? Because I know not everyone is going to think like me. And it's okay to be on another objective. But he couldn't let it go. He debate me in an argument. And my thing is, if you have your belief and you strongly believe in that, and I have my belief and I strongly believe in that, why should we argue? There's no value in that. That's not pouring into my life. You're not giving me anything that I haven't heard or known. But I didn't get baited in. But I did send a message about the law of polarity, which they had never heard of. So I already knew I didn't need to be speaking to this person, because the law of the polarity is that there is just 1 degree difference from what I believe or you believe, right? And it could be 5 degrees, it could be 6 degrees. It's different spectrums. So I'll say this: if you were running water and I said, run me some hot water from the faucet, and you turn it on and you run the water, right? And I say hot water, and you put your hand in and you say, oh, this is hot. And then I put my hand in and I say, that's not hot. At what degree does cold water turn hot for each individual? Hot for me is not going to be hot for you. So we may be a few degrees from the spectrum. Yes, that is life, right? We are either on this side of the spectrum or that side of the spectrum. And it's fine, because it may look like it's this big, but it may be 1 degree off. It may be 5 degrees off. How can you tell when does white paint and red paint actually make pink? Is it 5 swirls before someone says that's pink? Is it 10 swirls until someone says that's pink? The law of polarity, it is perception. It's when does one thing turn into another? Because the truth is, we are all walking a fine line. It is just 1 degree off that someone is in prison instead of us, or 6 feet under instead of us. It is not a big difference when we come to humanity, though we want to make it seem like it's a big difference. But the truth is, it's not. And that's where we have to understand that changing our perspectives help us protect our peace, because we don't have to go out and prove anything to anyone. My job is not to argue or to convince you with anything. If you already have your belief, well, good for you. And I'm happy. I'm happy belief, and I'm happy that you're stern on it. But I'm happy that I can have my own belief as well and be totally fine with what you do with your life, what you believe in, how you function. because it doesn't affect what goes on over here. The problem is that we allow too many things and too many people affect us, including words. We get baited in, we get pulled in to things that's going to help have you up at night, have you upset, your heart beating fast, your blood pressure up over what? You don't have to prove anything to anyone, right? But yourself. You are your best friend. You are also your worst enemy. You are your judge. You are your jury, and you are your executioner. You make or break whatever goes on in your life, and you allow things to come in that are going to make and break you. So meditation is a great way to control the narrative, because it's getting in touch with you and listening to your messages inside of you. And I know I've talked about this in Intro to Meditation. Messages move fast because we ignore them all the time. So you have thousands upon thousands messages that your body has sent you, that your spirit has sent you, that your mind has sent you, that you have ignored. And so when you finally sit down and say, let's go ahead and meditate, or when you get ready for bed, the message says, great time to go ping, 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 message. And you're like, I can't sleep. I can't think. I can't rest. I can't meditate. I can't sit still because these messages won't leave me alone. No, they're not going to leave you alone until you acknowledge them, because everything wants to be acknowledged, including your messages. Your peace, that is a part of it. Check in with yourself. Get your messages daily so that you can finally get that rest. So you can finally sleep at night. So your head can stop hurting and your heart can stop being so heavy. Setting boundaries, really hard for people to set boundaries. And that's something I really had to learn. I had a hard time saying no. I had a hard time saying, I just can't do it. I always wanted to help people out. Helping people out. Number one, I found out I am not assigned to everyone. Even doing this video, this is not for everyone. Maybe it's just for one person, and I got to do these videos until that one person comes in here and hears my message. Saying no and prioritizing my time, because my time is just as important as yours, help me be more centered and more focused and more intentional. A lot of us need to be more intentional, because we just be out here doing just to be doing stuff, helping people just to be intentional about your life. Find out what the goal is, what you're trying to get to. And that's even when you're trying to help someone. Evaluate what's going on. Number one, how'd you even get in this mess? Number two, is this somebody who is really seeking help, or do they know that I have the answers and they just want me to give it to them with no advice? You have to be very careful on who you help, when you help, how you help, and why you help, because a lot of us will help because we want to be the hero in someone else's story. And that's why a lot of us will offer help without anyone even asking for help. We just want to do it because we can, right? Because we can. And then you get upset when someone says, well, something comes up and it's like, I never asked you to do that. They were absolutely right. You came in like the hero that was not invited. Okay. Okay. And you thought you were going to save someone, and you're mad because nobody appreciated it. Well, nobody asked you to. So stay in your lane. That is what protecting your energy, your peace is about. Stay in your lane. Stop crossing lanes thinking you can save everybody, thinking that you have the advice for everyone. It's not for everyone. It's for a select few. Your help is for a select few. And I would even advise, don't help anyone unless they ask. And when they ask, use your discernment and intuition to know if this is going to be a good fit. Don't do it just because you can. What you're going to do is end up breaking your own heart. That's what you're going to do. Another thing is visualization techniques for protecting your peace. See yourself in a peaceful state, in a peaceful place. Close your eyes and imagine yourself walking into a peaceful place. What does it feel like? What does it look like? Because what you want to do is you want to bring that from just visualization in your mind into this 3D realm so that you can start walking it out. What kind of person do you want to be? What does your character want, right? How would you write her or him in the book? How does she or he get to the end goal? And then you want to take on those personalities. You want to take on those characteristics so that you can get there and reach that. Shielding exercises also, anywhere from taking spiritual baths with Epsom salt to cut the energies that you pick up daily, because that can be a big factor in your life when you're trying to protect your energy. I don't know if you have experience walking through a crowd and you can feel a bad energy jump on you. You get home and you're in a weird mood, right? And you're like, this ain't even me. What's wrong? Jump in that tub real quick with some Epsom salt. Meditate a little bit in that water and let it clear you, because we pick up millions of different energies. And there are some that you can't shake and some that will change your personality. And there's some that will change you forever. And I'm so excited that you joined me today. What I do during these talks, I always want to drop in. Well, I do. I always want to drop in our worksheets. So when you get it, you'll understand the worksheet. It really is focusing on you, how you protect your energy, asking you questions to make you think about yourself and your environment, the people you're around, the job you're on, whatever it is. That is what it's about. And that's what these worksheets are designed to do. You know, a lot of people tell you, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. But then there's no steps. Like, how do you get there? Like, I put my right foot in front, and then I pick up my left, and then I put my left foot in front. But a lot of times people forget to tell you how they got there. I like to share how I got there. What are the steps? What can you put into your life that will get you to protecting your peace? Get you to, how do I meditate? When I talked about intro to meditation, and then we got a little deeper into meditation, I gave steps on how you control that. What's the control, what you can't, your meditation life. It's all about the journey, but it's also about the steps, something with you, and then not have steps to it. If you catch these videos, because I put these videos on YouTube as well, so you can go and catch the other wellness talks on video, because Wellness Wednesdays is a little different from my Inner Alchemy ones. The Inner Alchemy ones go a little deep. The Wellness Wednesdays, I just got started, so I do want to do some different Wellness Wednesdays. I want to talk about blood pressure. I want to talk about diabetes. I want to talk about that kind of stuff. And I want to bring tea into it more, which I will. I am just kind of getting started here. And so those who come on, those who watch, I really appreciate it. This is not easy. Every Wednesday, every first of the month with the Inner Alchemy sessions. And I'm doing all of my content for the teas, the commercials, the website. It's a lot of time. And I'm a full-time student, right? I'm a full-time student. I have a husband to take care of, I have a dog, and a million plants in my house to take care of. It is a lot of work. But my calling is to help people live their, and when I say this, I don't mean their best life, like luxury life. And when I say I want you to live your best life, I want you to be able to live in peace. I don't want you to be sitting in chaos. I don't want you to be wondering why. I don't want you to be alone if you're looking for a mate. I don't want you to be scared or have fear about moving forward in your life and creating something new. I scared about sacrificing family and friends and thinking that you're going to be all alone and the world is just going to fall apart. I want you to understand that you came to this realm through your parents who were just vessels. This is just how you got here. I don't know why God wanted you born in that state at that time with whatever was going on to those parents, but you were given a message, you were given an assignment. And I want you to live out that which you know in your heart you're supposed to be doing, but are afraid because the world has told you, we don't need that. You're not good at that. That doesn't make any money. Money is not the end all be all, right? It is not who we are. We are here to service one another. We are here to give, not only receive. And so I want this to be a place where people learn to take off, doggone it, take off the mask, be who you were designed to be, and be good with it, right? You don't have to dress a certain way, talk a certain way, look a certain way to be accepted. You are accepted and loved just the way you are. People are taking their lives right now. Somebody is calling it quits right now. It's too much for them right now. and they don't have anyone to talk to because people tell you, pray about it. Prayer is good. It is a meditation. But sometimes you have to do something. And if you don't know what to do for someone who is getting ready to take their life, be with them, hug them, because words cannot penetrate where they're at right now. And so my goal is to reach people who are right before you get to hopelessness, to bring you back, because I was one of those. I was ready to go, punch my little ticket and get out of this realm. And prayer didn't help. The church didn't help. I had to dig deep within myself and say, hey, a lot of these things I'm experiencing, a lot of the choices I made in the past that led me to this particular situation, no matter who was part of it, because it takes 2, 3, 4, 5 to tango. I still made some decisions to get me here, right? 2 lefts, a right, a circle, a roundabout, whatever. Somehow I ended up here. And I have to take responsibility for some of the choices that I made. And in that, I found a freedom. In that, I was able to really grasp the world in a different way. Really appreciate you guys coming on. Please share this video. Please protect your energy. And whatever you do, stay rooted and stay well. And family, I pray that whatever you seek and you desire in this realm, it truly is seeking and desiring you. Until next Wednesday, I will see you later. Peace, family.